Alright, so let's get started with the problem for this episode, and which is this, the 16th number problem, that is, okay, finding the sum of elements in an array. Okay, so it's saying, okay, write a program to find the sum of elements in an array. So yeah, the example, as you can see, like इस problem में हमें ये करना है कि we will be given an array, or we can input the array from the user as well. Pretty straightforward. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5, the elements of that array, in that array, and we have to print the output as the sum of the elements in that array, that is 15. So if we sum all these, so yeah, this is the problem. So without any further ado, let's get started with the code bit of part, because this is a very straightforward and easy question. So let's solve this. Okay, let's start with the boilerplate code and all. Okay, so इस प्रॉब्लम में सिंपल है कि हमें एक एरे रहेगा. ऑब्वियसली वी नो व्हाट इज़ एन एरे. सो उस एरे के एलिमेंट्स रहेंगे, उस एरे में एलिमेंट्स रहेंगे, कुछ n नंबर ऑफ एलिमेंट्स रहेंगे. सो वी हैव टू प्रिंट आउट द सम, द कंप्लीट सम ऑफ दैट एरे. उसके एलिमेंट्स के जो सम है वो हमें प्रिंट आउट करने हैं. So okay, you can basically hard code the array over here, hard code the values. You can initialize, you can pre-initialize the values of the array, and आप उसमें loop लगा के, and जो भी हम logic हम perform करने वाले, आप उस array में वो hard coded array में आप perform कर सकते हो operation. But what I would prefer is, and what I would do is कि मैं इसे हम user के हाथ में दे देंगे कि भाई you give us the elements, you give us the element, like we will take input from the user, the elements of that array, and then उसमें हम वो logic perform करेंगे, and we will print out the output. Okay, so yeah, so first of all, okay, we will start with the number of elements, like of course number of elements of the array. So let's just ask this from the user. So yeah, enter the number of elements of your array, so that's it. And yeah, by using cin we are accepting the number of elements, and that's it. अब जब हमारे पास number of elements है, now we have to initialize the array. We have to declare the array. Okay, and like maybe just the array likes. Okay, and in the square brackets we have to input the number of elements. Okay, and then yeah, afterwards let's run a for loop, which will be I is equals to 0. Okay, and up to the number of elements. We will run the loop the number of elements times. Okay, and a quick incrementation, then cin the array, and I, like in the ith position, we are accepting the value that the user will give us. Okay, so now we have the array. Okay, we have inputted the array elements from the user. Okay, so let's really quickly maybe run a loop, and just let's check that okay हमारा array मतलब create हो रहा है कि नहीं. So simply just printing this the elements of that array, answer आ रहा है कि नहीं. So basically everything is working or not. So yeah, maybe it's asking me for the number of elements. So yeah, maybe give us maybe let's give 4 this time. Okay, and then okay, it's stuck, so it's asking me the input. So say this is the input, and that is this, and yeah, as I hit enter you can clearly see that okay, जो हमारे यहाँ हमने लूप रन किया, हमने यहाँ पर हमने यहाँ पर ये जो एरे था, इस एरे में हमने पहले तो इनपुट करके यूज़र से हम एंट्री कर लिया एलिमेंट्स, एंड देन वी हैव जस्ट we have just iterated over this, we have just iterated over the array, and हमने print करा, and the values are this. Okay, so yeah, we are good to go from here. Everything is working as expected. Now now it's a time key to write the main logic of just summing up the elements of this array. So yeah, like honestly I have done this in this entire series I have done this quite a few times already. So yeah, simple, maybe let's give the data type as long. Okay, because the sum could be a big number, the sum could be long, so that's why I'm giving the data type as long. Feel free to give anything you want. So okay, long, and then just the sum variable name, and yeah, make sure you initialize it with 0. Okay, and then okay, then again run the loop. Okay, iterate over the array named array. Okay, so yeah, then simple we'll write the syntax as sum is equals to x. Okay, so basically what is happening over here, like first of all, let's just imagine for a bit, okay, you know, this is our array. Okay, this will be our array. Just imagine for a bit. So the thing what will happen is, you know, every time the loop will run, okay, and imagine the very first time the loop will run. Okay, so this syntax is basically saying sum is equals to sum plus x. So to write this in short form, we write it as sum plus equal x. So what will happen is the very first time the loop will run, so the value of sum will be obviously 0, but we are adding up with the current value of x. So the very first time the loop will run, the current value of x will be 13. Okay, so 13 plus 0 will be 13. Okay, now again the second time the loop will run. Second time we have the updated value of sum, that is 13, because previously 13 plus 0 went 13. So now second time the value of sum is 13, and the current value of x will be 14. Then it will be like 14 plus 13, then this sum plus 15, then this complete sum plus 26, so on and so forth. Yeah, honestly speaking, we are done. I can like simply print out the sum value over here as you know the sum of elements of your array is we will print here the sum value, and yeah, maybe this, and yeah, we are good to go, guys. Let me run this program. Okay, let me run this code, and yeah, so say for example, you know, let's give 10 elements maybe, and you know, randomly just let me write some elements. So it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, so we are done with 10 elements. Let's hit enter. Okay, so answer is 653. Let's really quickly check this out. Okay, so let me sum up this. So yeah, the answer is 653, and yeah, here we go. So yeah, this was the solution for today's problem.